Hello everyone, and this is a new mod for the original Rome Total War. It's for Barbarian Invasion, and it's Viking Total War. Now this came out a couple months ago or several weeks ago, and I didn't get to cover it, but now I want to cover it, and it's not what you think. Now, I really like the use of the Thrones of Britannia art here. It really works. And this mod is very cool because it's a mod set in the period of the Viking invasions, so a 9th century campaign, 9th, 10th century, but it's not limited to Britain and the northern coast of Europe. It's a full Europe campaign. And that's why I think this mod is a little bit unique in that regard, because you don't really see mods like that. So there are all these factions that are playable, including the Magyars, so the Hungarians, when they're still invading Europe at this point. And then Poland, Bulgaria, the Bulgarian Empire, and then the Vandal Kingdom. Or sorry, the Kingdom of Asturias. So it says Vandal Kingdom on the in the tooltip there, sorry. Kingdom of Asturias, East Francia, Wessex, the Irish, the Abbasid Caliphate, the Khazars, Great Moravia, the Kingdom of Scotland, Slavs, so the Rus here, the Danes, the Emirate of Cordoba, the Swedish Vikings, the Byzantine Empire, West Francia, the Aghlabids, the Pechenegs, and the Norwegians. So it's a very nice, robust selection of factions. So let's get into the campaign here as, let's go with, should we go as Asturias, or let's go with a Viking faction, why not? Let's go with the Norwegian Vikings, and I'll showcase the campaign map as well as some of the faction units. Maybe we'll get into a battle as well here. So here we are in the campaign map, and it's quite a nice map. I believe it uses a version of that big map that's used in Darth mod, maybe. And except it goes up farther north. Maybe it's a unique map. And a lot of the buildings here actually kind of they're pretty much there's some medieval one influence here in terms of the buildings. I'm trying to recall all of these building cards, but they do seem to be a lot of vanilla building cards there. Other than that, let's take a look around the map here. So England and Great Britain is divided up between a couple of factions. So you've got the Norwegians having a settlement here with Dublin, but you've got a native Irish kingdom. I believe it was a Connacht. Yeah, Connacht there. Then you've got the kingdom of Scotland. Up there you've got Danish Vikings there in the center in the Danelaw. And you've got Wessex in the south, so the Saxons. Other than that, you've got the Viking. The Vikings kind of have their base here with the Norwegian Vikings having 2 settlements, the Swedish Vikings having a couple of settlements, and then the Danish Vikings having a couple of settlements in kind of their home country. But then they have kind of colonies here. So that's kind of interesting. The Danish seem to have the strongest foothold here in the British Isles at the moment. At the same time, you have the Franks here, so the West Franks and the East Franks. You have the Papal States controlled by West Francia. So that's interesting. Actually, this kind of seems to be chivalry influenced in terms of the map design. And then you've got the Emirate of Cordoba here, which has a nice roster too. And then you've got the Kingdom of Asturias in the north in the Iberian Peninsula. You've got the Byzantine Empire with an interesting start position you never really see in a lot of Total War campaigns, owning southern Italy, and then southern Italy, Greece, and then Asia Minor. You've got the Bulgarian Empire as well at the peak of its powers. You've got the Magyars ready to invade with more forces there against Great Moravia, which seems to be kind of exposed there in the middle. Yeah, Great Moravia, a big faction. Other than that, you have the Khazars in the Caucasus region, and they're, quite a powerful faction here, and it's good to see them here, so you can recreate the Khazar Abbasid Wars here. And you've got the Abbasid Caliphate at the peak of its powers. Or not at the peak of its powers, but kind of starting on the decline. I don't believe there are shadow factions here, but it would have been good to have a couple of shadow factions here in the northern part of the Abbasid states, so that the Abbasid Caliphate could kind of collapse there, simulate that collapse. And then in North Africa, we have the Aghlabids as well. So I think that's pretty much the majority of the map here, so we can get into a battle and kind of check out some of these units here. All right, so here we are in the battle. I just want to check out some of these units here. So we've got Norse Spearmen, looking very nice. I have to say the Leon Katakalan does very good work on his units. So these Spearmen are his work, I believe. I believe all the units are his work. And you've got Herdman, so these heavy axemen here with chainmail. You've got our captain here, our general, looking very nice. The standard archer unit, looking very good. I wonder if... Yeah, that's a nice looking archer unit. Very appropriate. And the standard Viking infantry here. Looking nice indeed. And if we start the battle here, we can check out our Irish foes. I'm not going to showcase like all the faction rosters or anything here. Perhaps in the future. So we've got Irish cavalry. And some of their Bonachts, so spearmen, a spear unit. And then Irish general's bodyguard. Oh, with a nice looking general, actually. I like the look of that. Very nice indeed. And some slingers too. So that's good to see. Medieval period slingers. I think that's pretty much all that I want to showcase about this mod. It's a grand campaign mod set in the 9th and 10th century, so you can play as the Franks. You've got different types of Vikings. You have the Abbasid Caliphate. You have the Byzantine Empire with an interesting start position. You have Great Moravia. You have the Magyar invasions in Eastern Europe. It's a pretty interesting idea for a mod, and I think you should all check it out. So, if you enjoy videos about the historical Total Wars and their mods, consider liking this video, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one later.